So, right now I'm having this protein pack by Siggy. 11 grams of protein, real fruit. Um, Tastes alright. I don't know. It's kind of like yogurt, but more tart and a little fizzy. It's kind of like those like probiotic drinks. See, like there, I think it's like skyr, right? Um, so definitely more on the healthy, healthy side of yogurt. Not super sweet, more sour. It's all right. Um, yeah. So, hello. I got home pretty late today. Was having a yap session with Doc and my friend Alice, and we were talking about a bunch of stuff. Talking about school, talking about level up tomorrow. We're talking about school system, AI, and I don't know, we devolved into some pretty silly topics, like trying to guess Doc's birthday, and um, some philosopher riddles, which he likes to give us because they really make you think differently and really, what's it called? Tickle the brain a little bit, make it think in ways that aren't in the box. But yeah, I had a super fun time with them. Ugh, I love these nights. But today I wanted to talk about, this one's kind of an extension of the video where I talked about having something to look forward to, because we'll be delving into a few of my hobbies. um, and also, yeah. The original idea I had for this when I was writing it down on my notes is it was just titled Read, Write, Draw. And those are they can seem like pretty specific hobbies, right? Like not everyone's gonna do all three of them or even any of them, but I wrote those down because they were hobbies where I could be creative and I could be expressive of my ideas and emotions. And this is super helpful with just maintaining a happy life for me because we got a lot of responsibility and things to take care of in the world out there, and it can become super busy and hectic, and sometimes you find out like you don't really have time for yourself, or you don't have time to do the things you enjoy. And yeah, I found myself to be more unhappy on the days that I don't have a way of, expressing myself. So whether it be like, socially with people, or, on my own terms with my hobbies, if I don't have any of that during a day, it's going to be quite, I'm probably not going to be in a good mood. I'm not going to lie, because I'm keeping everything inside. And sure enough, it'll start building up throughout the days and weeks. And if you neglect it for long enough, it can lead to burnout with work and stuff, work and school. And again, you'll feel like you don't really you can't really decompress and let these things out. So that's why I have read, write, draw. And I used to do all three of them when I had more free time during my nights. I do these nightly, or I did these nightly. It's been quite busy these days, but when I was consistent with all three of them, I did them nightly. I made sure I could touch upon each of these creative and relaxing hobbies of mine, and it just made me feel better and release whatever I was holding on to during the day, as well as because I did these nightly, it cleared my mind and helped me fall asleep better. So I'll go through a few of them. So first of all, we have draw, and I have the sketchbook. So I'll probably mention this again in a future video, but art and drawing in particular has been around for pretty much my entire life. I've always been a little illustrator, a little artist, and I found a lot of joy in being able to use my imagination as well as create anything I wanted with just paper and pencil, and translate whatever was inside my mind into the real world. Because, like, I may be able to see these visions clearly and how, these characters will look, or these illustrations, or these environments, the story I have brewing in my head. I might be able to see them, but I don't have anything to let people inside my head to see them as well. So that's why I do them through art. And being a visual learner like myself, it's nice to see things being conveyed through this medium. And it's also just like I love art. I grew up like loving like animated shows, cartoons. We got some anime in there too. Movies like Disney, I think we all grew up on. And it's so inspiring to see what you can do outside of reality, and the worlds you can build, and the people you can create, the characters you can draw upon, while also incorporating real, like, living experiences, the human experience, into these different, mediums and crafts. And it's just so inspiring. Like, you're not chained down by anything but your imagination. Like, you don't have to worry about the constraints of reality, and you can do whatever pops up into your mind. And it does not have to be logical, it does not have to be real. It just has to, it starts to exist once you're putting pencil to paper. And I think that's amazing. So sketching, I like to do these. What I like to do for sketching is whatever I'm obsessed with at the time. So, had a big Wicked phase. So I would draw a lot of Wicked related fan art. Bunch of them from Pinterest. So let me see if I can find a good one. But I adored Wicked, and I needed to express it somewhere, so I did it through art and making fan art. What's a good one? I also have, like, for my VN, or my visual novel that I'm gonna make over the summer, I've been making character designs for it and kind of doing some concept art. and it's been really fun trying to see how these characters and different expressions that can express their personality the best, stuff like that, character design. But here's some Wicked work, and here's a Kermit the Frog. And it's cool because it's a little album of where I was when I made these. Like, you can see different phases of my life and what I was into. Here's Pokemon. This was when I was playing ZA over winter break, and yeah, it's just so cool. And then on the back, you got me, as well as a Flaffy. Flaffy's an amazing Pokemon. I love Flaffy. But yeah, I started experimenting with color more a little bit. That's cool too. Sketchbooks can be a creative playground. So whatever you do, it doesn't have to be perfect or good or anything. It just, you're just experimenting, and it's really fun. Yeah, it's been a while. Here are some of this is my most recent sketches. It's been a few weeks since I've been in here, but it is a little bit of Project Hail Mary, and then me trying to imagine what I would look like with the mullet, and helping myself out with that. And yeah. I miss sketching. I miss drawing. Art is so good. It's so good for the soul. But moving on, we have the writing portion. So this is my journal. This is my 4th one. I started journaling around last year, and I've been through 4 of them. And this was really cool because it was a recent pickup of this hobby. I never, I didn't grow up journaling, so picking it up in my, college adult life, and also, end of high school life, it was just something cool to try out, trying new things and seeing how it works for you. It's really nice. Journaling helps a lot with, again, putting that stream of consciousness and even, subconsciousness that you have in your brain onto paper, and, just transferring it out so you're not holding on to it all the time. And the way I journal is, every day, at the end of the day, I'll take a page, I'll date it, and I just go over, the things that happened that day. Whatever I'm feeling bad about, or whatever I'm feeling, super great about, I'll write it in here. And it helps me practice being present in my life, because it's very easy to just go through the days and all of it just blurring together. You're not enjoying the moments and appreciating them as much as you could be. So journaling helps that, because you really get to look back on the day and be like, oh yeah, that was fun, that was a good moment. It helps you remember it, so if you forget it in your brain, then it'll be written down, so you can always look back on it. It's also good for learning about yourself, because when you have thoughts just floating around in your mind, it can be super abstract and hard to kind of get a grip on, and it's not organized or lined up in a way that you can easily understand, and that can stress you out. It stresses me out sometimes, especially as an overthinker. It can be really overwhelming. So having a journal to just be able to write everything down and see it in front of your eyes in a tangible setting really helps a lot. It's helped me with learning to let myself feel and express raw emotions, even if I think they're like bad emotions I shouldn't be feeling. Journaling has helped me, express them like raw, and being okay with them, you know, being an experience for me. They are not permanent, but it's good to see that you've been there and that you've overcome it and how you overcame it. On a creative spectrum or a creative, mindset, if you have like raw experiences and emotions, if you write them down, you can look back upon how you were feeling during a certain time in your life, and it can be great for drawing inspiration from, right? Because a lot of art stems from experiences and emotions. So having ones that are like super real and authentic to you is great for making authentic art and art that resonates with people. So that's my 2 cents on journaling. It's also just, it's it's nice. It's good for being grateful of what you have in your life and being present with it, because once you start thinking about the good things that happen throughout your day and writing it down for your journal, it helps you shift your mindset into starting to look for those positive things in your life now, right? Because then you can write it down later, and then you just become an overall more, positive, optimistic person. So my last entry was about me. It was during this whole process of filming, but it's how I was feeling during the process of being super consistent, trying to keep up with that schedule, as well as events I had throughout the day, like talking to Doc or spending time with Andrew for their birthday, or just showing how appreciative I am for the people in my life. Like, yeah. And it doesn't have to be long. Like, it can be a page. That's what I usually aim for, a full page. Sometimes I go in for like when I was super in the depths of my feelings, like last year, or like when I'm super like I want to note down every detail of a super happy moment I had during the day. I'll take like pages up at a time just to account for a single day, and it would last like well into the night sometimes. But there are things I want to remember and look back upon whenever I feel down. Like, oh, I remember that moment. It was really happy. But yeah. So numero quattro. This journal is. I like to buy from Jet Pens. They got some good quality journals and stationery papers. Yeah, they got that good Japanese stationery if you're into that stuff. Maybe I should ask that for my birthday, because give me like a good pen. I'll be like, oh, that's so sick. I'll use it for sure too. Like the ink will be going to use. And also, like, it doesn't have to be just writing either. Sometimes I get these. This is for a maid cafe. But sometimes I get these, little trinkets I want to put into my journal. So, movie tickets are a fun one. Tickets to amusement parks, or other events. We got stickers I like to play around with sometimes, as well as anything flat, to be honest, that I can tape into my journal. It just makes it more fun. It's like a scrapbook a little bit, right? Like, put things that remind you of the day into it, and it's just so real. So finally, we have reading. This one I haven't done in a minute. I've been super busy with school, that's why. But I picked up reading last summer, just to be off my phone more and embrace the analog hobbies we have. So slowing down, picking up a good book with a good story, no ads or anything. You can just read as long as you like, and it's all completed, or it's part of a series, so you can always pick up the next book. And it's physical, so you actively flip through the pages and just let your mind do a lot of the imagining of what the scenarios are and how you interpret the words from the page. I really like fiction. Fiction's my favorite. You can probably tell, but like fiction is, a genre I really love. So the book I have right now, this is Ironheart. This is the sequel to Cryer's War. I actually got this, secondhand. I wanted hardcover because I really enjoyed Cryer's War, and I was like, this is a series I would like to invest in. The cover is so cool because, like, if you've read Cryer's War, there's a premise where the people, some of them are like made. They're not actually human, so they're like, it's been a while since I read it, but it's like they're combined with some sort of technology that's it's not human, but they're very close to looking human. And the only way you can tell they're not human, that they're made, is through the sheen in their eye. If the light hits it in a certain angle, you can see it like glow gold, instead of how our eyes are, which is like, it shows the color of our pupil, not our pupil, our iris. And yeah, it's like it's a metallic glow that humans don't have. And you can kind of see it with the book. It's easier in the sunlight because right now the text look solid brown, but if you put them in a certain light, they will glow gold. And I think it's such a charming way of showing how much care they put into just the cover of the book. Like, this is very nice. And then of course you have the story, which is something like, that's the content you can enjoy. Just find a cozy nook or couch or anywhere you are, sit down, open the book, boom, you're set. I was talking to a friend of mine. She is quite the reader. I learned she was quite the reader. And she was showing me like all the books, the book collection, like, that she read or she wanted to read, and it was a bunch. And it was just kind of cool seeing another person in my degree, because my degree is computer science. So seeing someone else who is, an enjoyer of reading, that's pretty cool. I don't know. I feel like it's an unlikely combination to see, CS and books. Especially like books for fun, like fiction. But yeah, again, I would have nights where I could read well into the night, and because I want to know what happens next in the book. And it's been really helpful in slowing down my thoughts and enjoying something that's not like so stimulating compared to like our phones and social media. how you can take it slow, go at your own pace, and have a storyline that slowly feeds you, dopamine and relaxes you rather than just giving you like a flashbang of it with, TikTok, Reel, YouTube, whatever. It's been super nice. So yeah, if you can, pick up a nice read. There's a bunch of recommendations out there. I personally like, fiction, queer, fantasy, a little romance, of course. Those are nice to read. A lot of adventure too. And just, enjoy it. I feel like we lose a lot of love for reading because of our time in school. Like, it's something you were forced to do for academics rather than something you could enjoy. And I don't know. I feel like a lot more people would like reading if if they weren't forced into it. 'Cause it took me quite a few years to like actually pick up reading for fun because of that mindset of always associating reading with, stress and studying and all those unpleasant feelings. So having something where I can just still a book, but it's something I enjoy doing, that's something to relearn when you pick up reading. And yeah. So here's a bonus one. I know I did reading. I know I did reading, writing, and drawing, but here's one that I picked up over summer as well. This is my Nintendo 3DS, and it's kind of some old tech now these days, but haven't. This came out when I was like, third, fourth, fifth grade, back in elementary school, and I loved playing on this. There's a bunch of videos on how amazing the 3DS is. Like, it's fairly compact, so you can like store it in your bag and it can fit in. It's very homey, as in the vibes of the Nintendo 3DS system feels comforting and not so corporate and simple and bare compared to like newer consoles these days. Like, there's something familiar about the 3DS's environment. And of course we have cartridges. Right now I have Omega Ruby. Oh, let me pull it out. I have Omega Ruby. This is my first ever Pokemon game. It has a special place in my heart because of that. And yeah, I think having one of these, like all tech, retro tech, and seeing what you can do with it nowadays with, certain techniques that you can get more games out of it, and just kind of going through it without having to worry about other things. Like, once you're in a game, that's all you focus on. Like, compared to social media where you're thrown 1,000 different things in your face and you probably don't even remember what the last video you watched was. This one, it's slower paced. It's still enjoyable because it's video games, obviously. And, it's handheld. You can bring it anywhere. Smaller than the Switch. So that's also a bonus. And it just brings you back to childhood. Playing games and just having the days go by with games. I miss those times. Like, I still vividly remember when I got Omega Ruby for the first time, for Christmas. And I just spent, the next couple weeks of whatever I had left of winter break just playing it like day in, day out. And having so much joy from it. Building my own team, going through the story and fighting and the music's so good. But yeah, I like having the 3DS around. I can go more into it in another video, but we're already getting at the 30-minute mark. So basically, those are just an introduction of some of the hobbies and creative outlets I have in my life right now, and that I'll hopefully get to pick up again soon as the school year is ending, and really just delve into creating again. Doc gave me some more pens he stole from the department, so this one actually works. The other one I had didn't work, but this blue uni ball has been nice to have and will be good for journaling. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this one. It's gonna be pretty minimally edited, or I don't think I'll even edit it. It's pretty late, so I'll get this up as soon as I can. But hope you've been enjoying these. Some of the videos they've been kind of getting out a little later than the day they're supposed to come out, and that's a lot to do with like upload time. So like last video, the one with me and Doc, it's 2 hours long, and it took quite a few hours to just get it up on YouTube and have it processed. So I'm not gonna ding myself for it because I'm still like getting these out daily. I'm still gonna have 18 videos by my birthday, so we're still on track. Got an essay to do. I'm pulling an all-nighter for this one. Don't procrastinate, man. But I'll get it done because tomorrow I'm gonna go to Level Up, have a blast with Andrew and friends, and I'll vlog there, so we'll have a video up for that hopefully tomorrow, if I'm not dead. If not, I'm not dead tired by then. But yeah, also just want to say I woke up and was in I was in a good mood. Today felt like a good day today, and it was. Besides the overwhelming stress of the essay, it was quite a good day today, and I woke up feeling good. I started my day with Love Maze by BTS, remembering how good BTS is. So, love yourself, and take care. I'll see you in the next one. If you try out any of the hobbies I mentioned, let me know how it goes for you and how you feel about it, because they bring me joy. And maybe future learn if you're still doing these, if we develop in our skill for these things, or if it's helped in our life, in creating pleasure in our life. That'd be cool. That'd be cool to hear about as well. So, but yeah, gotta get on the grind again. So, I'll see you, and sleep well. Take care.